second game of the Don Fredericks Memorial Tournament between the Braintree Womps and the Westwood Wolverines. We ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Don Fredericks Memorial Tournament at Monin Field on the campus of Boston College High School in UMass Boston. As we're live from the press box, I'm Kevin Casey alongside Dave Maybrook on the camera with the lads from BC High and Brendan Conley here for the Boston Herald, all the big times. So it should be a good afternoon of baseball. Hopefully the rain will hold off. We did have to change fields. It was originally scheduled for Braintree, but because of the rain, they moved it here to Dorchester, as Braintree will take on the Westwood Wolverines. Westwood comes in. I had their record. 13-5. As Braintree is 11-6, so 13-5. Westwood takes on the Braintree Womps as we have an afternoon tournament today and tomorrow. BC High played Plymouth North earlier. Who won that game? BC High won the earlier game, so 4-3. So the winner here gets to play BC High tomorrow afternoon, probably from here as well, as the managers exchange their starting lineups. Coach Bill O'Connell from Braintree, I hear he's in his 18th year as the head coach at Braintree with a few state titles to go with it. And we have Bob Hoffer and Brian Whalen, the coaches for Westwood. Sean Casey is also an assistant coach at Braintree. Not to be confused with the other Sean Casey, my son, but they did play hockey together, and Sean was a teacher, a special ed teacher, as my son is, and still coaching, still giving back to the community. So nice work by Coach Casey, as we're just posing for a picture going through the ground rules here at Monin Field. This is an AstroTurf field. We were talking a little bit before, there's probably maybe a truer bounce off the AstroTurf. Don't have to worry about pebbles and rocks and all that stuff, but a really nice field. As I said, we're inside in the press box out of the weather with the great vantage point. And Luke Joyce will be the starting pitcher for the Womps. Luke won his game last Saturday against Hingham 10-2. He gave up 1 run through 6 innings, had 5 strikeouts. And so, as I said, he's a sophomore sensation, 6'5". I don't know what they feed Luke, but that food budget must be pretty high for the Joyce family. As we're just going through the rules here. And we should be starting up in just a minute. Again, this is the Don Fredericks Memorial Tournament. in memory of Don Fredericks, a longtime baseball coach at Braintree, and he was in charge of the umpires for a long time as well. And a teacher in Braintree, athletic director at Braintree High for many, many years. And so the boys will keep his memory alive as we're at Monin Park. I mentioned talking to Bob Brooks off camera, the star of WROL Irish Hit Parade. He was in saying, although his son Peter is a really good ball player, got injured earlier. He's out for the season, but he's making good strides in his recovery, and he'll be ready for next year. As now we're just going to get everybody in their position.
Starting on the mound for the Womps, number 25, Luke Joyce. And leading off for the Wolverines, number 9, Brendan Chenjik.
So Brendan Chenjik for the Wolverines will face Luke Joyce. As the rain is in and out, clouds are in and out, but we'll get some baseball in as Luke looks in for the sign, hurls and delivers. Strike one right down the middle as we're right behind home plate at a great vantage point here. Out of the weather as Luke winds and throws. That'll be strike two right down the middle. No balls, 2 strikes to Chenjik. Like I said before, Luke doesn't waste any time. He gets the ball and gets the sign, throws it right back, and there's a strike swinging. As 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 4, John Bertone.
The second baseman for the Wolverines, the junior, John Bertone. As Luke gets ready, looks in, gets a sign, hurls and delivers. Curveball high and outside, ball 1. As I was saying last week, Luke pitched a really good game, beat Hingham, and back on the bump. As he hurls and fires, that's a ball high, 2 balls, no strikes. To Bertone, the junior second baseman. Joyce fires just inside, 3 balls, no strikes. As Bertone will be looking at this one probably. And there's a strike just on the corner. 3 balls, 1 strike to Bertone. As Joyce waves off, hurls and delivers just inside. And that's a base on ball.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 20, Danny Leahy.
As now Leahy, the pitcher, is batting. Right-handed batter. The senior, Danny Leahy, is now men on first. Joyce will check the runner. Turns, fires. That's a strike. Got the inside corner. As we have no balls, 1 strike to Leahy. As Joyce will go back over to first base. Keep the runner honest. As we said before, a really nice field here, Monin Park. Father Monin, the president of Boston College. As that's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Luke Joyce looks, checks the runner, turns, fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Leahy. As Joyce with the fastball as he looks in now, checks the runner. He'll throw it over to first, get the runner back. Chenjik, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the first. From Monin Park in Dorchester. As Joyce turns, fires curveball, just misses inside. Good eye by Leahy. As we have 1 ball, should be 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count. Joyce. Ooh. Joyce gets the
Now batting for
inside
Wolverines,
corner, I
number
think.
3, Drew Donegan.
As that curveball, slow curve, I think it mixed up the batter, but two outs here, men on first. And Donegan, the first baseman, senior first baseman at bat for Westwood. Joyce turns and fires. Curveball in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Joyce gets the ball, gets the sign, checks the runner, and delivers. And just inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Joyce looks in for the sign again to Stenman. And there's a ball high. That was right down the middle, but a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, men on first. Top of the first from Monon Park. Joyce delivers. Swing. Strike 2. Foul tip into the mitt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Joyce working from the stretch. Turns and delivers. Foul ball out of play. Over either school buses. Yes, we had 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the first. Donegan the batter, the first baseman for Westwood. As Senjik takes his lead off first. Joyce turns and delivers high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Senjik will be off on the pitch. Joyce waves off. Turns, delivers. Strike 3, swinging. 3 strikeouts for Luke Joyce. As he had a base on balls and then struck out the next 2. Top of the first, 0.
Starting on the mound for the Wolverines, number 20, Danny Leahy. And leading off for the Womps, number 9, Sean Canavan.
Sean Canavan, the first baseman, the senior, committed to play baseball at UMass Lowell. As Leahy looking in for the sign, Canavan in the box, swing, pitch, ball low. 1 ball, no strikes. As Leahy quick as well as he turns and delivers, there's a fly ball to left field. Looks like it's down the line and out of foul territory, but an out. As the left fielder, Dumays, makes the catch.
Now batting for the Womps, number 7, Owen Donnelly.
That F7 is now Owen Donnelly, the senior right fielder. Another left-handed batter against Leahy. Donnelly looks. There's a foul ball out of play over by my car. And Leahy, as Leahy looks in for the sign from the windup, turns, delivers, and that's a curveball in there for a strike. Nice curve. Just got the outside corner. As Donnelly's down, no balls, 2 strikes. Leahy turns, fires. Ground ball right side. Easy hop for the first baseman and a tight play, but an out. As the first baseman to the pitcher covering. 3-1. As Donnelly hustled down the line and just got him. As it was a good bounce for the first baseman and he makes the play. Now batting number 16. Is a pitch that's a ball outside. I gotta get the name here. Number 16 is Michael Ryan. He's a sophomore shortstop. That's out of play. Michael Ryan. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. No score from Monin Park. Leahy delivers. There's a fly ball right field. Right fielder going. Looks like it's out of play and just out of play. As right fielder gave it a good bid. Max Bowl is now. Ryan will have another shot. Michael Ryan, the sophomore shortstop. One ball, 2 strikes. He waves off the sign, turns, delivers. There's a fly ball right field. That could be tough, and it's just a foul ball. As it's just over the first baseman's head, made a good bid for it. As Ryan's getting some wood on the ball, or shall we say aluminum. As now Leahy looks in for the sign. Ryan ready in the box. Leahy turns, delivers right down the middle. There's a fly ball to center field, but the center fielder has room. He's under it and he gets it. He makes the play. Fly ball to center field. And Braintree goes down 1-2-3. As we're starting top of the second inning, batting for Westwood is Teddy McGowan, the third baseman, as he'll face Luke.
Now batting for the
Joyce.
Wolverines, number 12, Teddy McGowan.
Luke Joyce on the bump. Joyce looks in, gets the sign, throws, and there's a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike to McGowan. As the freshman swings and misses, strike 2. Tall, lanky third baseman. Freshman getting some good varsity playing time. Joyce turns, delivers, swing and a miss. Fooled him, throw it outside, and another K.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 23, Luke Chandler.
4th strikeout for Luke Johnson here. As Chandler, the DH, is batting, senior Luke Chandler. He gets ready in the box. Joyce turns, fires. Ooh, that's a strike. Inside, but must have hit the inside corner. We'll take it. No balls, 1 strike. As Joyce says, a line drive to center field, but the center fielder right at him. And there's a line 8. Nice work by the
Now batting for the
Braintree center
Wolverines, number
fielder,
18, Max Bowl.
Max King. Max King with the putout. And Max Bowl, the right fielder for Westwood. As Joyce gets it and throws curveball in there for a strike. Slow curve. As I said before, Joyce really mixes his pitches well. Keeps the batters guessing. Another curveball in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And now, what do you think? The Heat? Throw it by him. Joyce delivers. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tried to get him to go after it. But ball wasn't biting. As Joyce gets the sign, turns, delivers. Strike 3, curveball. As Luke Joyce with his 5th strikeout in 2 innings.
Now batting for the Womps, number 8, Connor Greaves.
Connor Greaves, the left fielder, the senior, will bat against Leahy. And Leahy had a 1-2-3 inning as well. As he gets that one in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. It's Connor Greaves, the left field senior. cleanup hitter. As that'll hit him. As it right off his backside.
Now batting for the Womps, number 22, Matt Rogers.
And he'll take first base. Now we got Rogers, Matt Rogers. Matt Rogers is the third baseman. As he's going to bunt right back to the pitcher, but the pitcher will go to first base for the sure out. As he'll sacrifice bunt.
Now batting for the Womps, number 2,
1, 2,
Max
3.
King.
Is now on second base is Connor Grieve. And Max King is up. They changed the lineup on me. Max King, the center fielder. Max King, the center fielder for the Womps. There's the pitch. That's ball 2. Max King. 2 balls, no strikes. Man on second. Leahy looks in. Gets the sign. Checks the runner. Turns, fires. Ball 3 outside. 3 balls, no strikes. There's Max King, the center fielder. The junior center fielder. As he's ready, looks, fires right down the middle. Strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. I think King was taking all the way on that one. 1 out with a man on second in scoring position. Leahy checks the runner. Turns, looks, fires. There's a shot left field. That should get in there. That bounces in there. As Braintree will have him first and third. A base hit for Max King. As King
now batting
moves
for the
the
Womps,
runner
number
over.
25, Luke Joyce.
Luke Joyce, the batter, chance to help himself. There's the pitcher. Luke Joyce, left-handed batter. Getting a sign from Coach O'Connell. As Joyce steps in against Leahy. Left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. As Leahy checks the runners. Turns, fires. There's a ball low. 1 ball, no strike. Good eye by Joyce. As Leahy gets ready. As he gets set in the box, first base gets the runner back. As King taking a lead. And on third base is Connor Grieve. And Luke Joyce with a chance to help himself. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the second. And there's a fly ball, short center field, left field. Left fielder has it. Runner's tagging. And the runner will score. A sacrifice fly for Luke Joyce as Connor Grieve trots home. Luke Joyce, the pitcher, helping himself as he goes sacrifice fly. F7 is now Ryan.
Now batting for the Womps, number 14, Ryan Zelano.
Ryan Zelano, the designated hitter. King is still on first base as Zelano looks for the pitch. There's a line drive, nice line shot to the second baseman as Bertone makes a nice stab. But Braintree gets on the board as they go up 1-0 after 2. All right, we're back for the start of the third inning. There's a foul ball out of play. Just had to go say hello to Coach Bob Crook, who's retiring this year after a great career. is now batting is Charlie Martin, the second baseman for Wolverines. Joyce turns, fires, that's a ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we're at the top of the third. Braintree up 1-0. And that'll be a ball inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Westwood second baseman. Joyce turns and fires. That's a foul ball out of play over by the parking garage. As Joyce has done a nice job here. Joyce looks in for the sign. We get a stoppage in play here. Batter steps out, batter steps back in. Martin at the plate. There's a curveball. Strike 3. Luke Joyce mixing them up for his 6th
Now batting for the
strikeout.
Wolverines, number 2, Chase Warren.
Good pitch by Joyce. He, as I said, mixes them up. Fast, slow, curves. There's now Chase Warren, the center fielder, freshman. At the bat, that's a ball high. There's Luke Joyce on the mound. Joyce turns and fires. There's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder under it. Takes it in. And there's 2 outs. As the right fielder, Owen Donnelly, makes the play.
Now
Score
batting for the
that
Wolverines, number 9, Brendan Senjic.
F9. And now we're back to the top of the order with the shortstop Senjic. As Joyce will look in, get the sign, slow curve in there for a strike. Pretty good when you can throw your curveball for a strike. As Joyce gets it back, and I think they're trying to slow down Joyce's rhythm as the second time he stepped out. But Joyce will get his composure, turn and fire. Another curveball to second base. Fan after it, throws it, and just got him. Ooh, that was close, but we'll take it. As they will score that 4-3. 1-2-3 inning again for Joyce. Second inning in a row where he 3 up and 3 down. Freshman second baseman, as he started on the JV team and was pulled up, and Bob Brooks tells me he's a good prospect. As he looks and takes the ball inside by Leahy. 1 ball, no strikes. I was just saying off camera, Luke Joyce having a good afternoon. As Leahy turns, fires. That's a ball high. 2 balls, no strikes. As Bobby was saying, Pham is really poised for a freshman, a young kid. He's got a good future. As he's up on the count, that'll be a strike. Outside corner fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Pham, the second baseman. The freshman second baseman. As Leahy delivers, there's a ground ball foul down the left side. Just past the third baseman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the third, Braintree up 1-0. As Leahy looks in, gets the sign. Turns and fires. That's a ball high. Good eye for the freshman. As we have a full count. As Leahy looks in, gets a sign. Ball 4. As Pham takes a walk to start off the Wumps.
Number 9, Sean Canavan.
As now we're back to the top of the order. Sean Canavan, he flied out to left first time up. As he steps in against Leahy. As Leahy will check the runner. Turn and get the sign. Fires. Grind line shot into left field for a base hit. Sean Canavan. 2 men on for the Wumps. This is a line
Now
drive.
batting for the Wumps, number 7, Owen Donnelly.
And moving up to second is Pham and right fielder Owen Donnelly. In the box, another left-handed batter. As Braintree has 2 men on, none out. Bottom of the third. Leahy looking in. Good lead for Fan on second. He'll probably is. Ooh, yeah, that's a balk. That's right. He threw to first, and the first baseman wasn't there, so the runners will move up. As a balk by the pitcher Leahy. As he faked, we were going to fake the first, but the first baseman wasn't there, so second and third, none out here. Braintree threatening. Donnelly at the plate. There's a foul ball out of play, left side, onto the track. As we have no balls, one strike to Donnelly. He grounded out last time up. First baseman to the pitcher. Leahy steps off. As now O'Connell gives the sign. And stepping back in is Donnelly as he gets ready. 2 men on, none out. Braintree threatening again here, bottom of the third. Leahy turns, fires. There's a ball down low. As Owen Donnelly faked the bunt. Try a suicide squeeze. As now they'll go through the signals again. Leahy looking in, getting the sign. Checks the runners, turns, delivers. There's a ball high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good eye by Donnelly as he's making Leahy work. Leahy looks in, delivers. Ground ball right back to him. Checks the runner on third and makes the play to first. And now he throws it to second, and he throws him out at second, but Braintree will get the run as Canavan got rubbed out at second, but Fan ends up scoring.
16, Michael Ryan.
So Fan scores. We'll score that 1-3, and then Canavan was out 4-6. Canavan out 4-6. So we have 2 outs. Braintree gets another run though. Base is empty. Michael Ryan, the sophomore shortstop, at the plate. As Leahy delivers. There's a ground ball to short. Shortstop gets it, fires the first. Good scoop by the first baseman. And Braintree goes down, but gets a run here at the bottom of the third. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to interview Coach Bob Crook, the longtime Braintree basketball coach. Okay, ready? Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined by Coach Bob Crook, Braintree High School coach, basketball coach, retiring this year after 35 years, 37 years as the golf coach. And I just want to have him up here. His son Cam is a baseball player, but also a really good basketball player. And Dave and I had the pleasure of calling Coach Crook's last basketball game a couple of months ago. Against, last win. I wish. Newton North. But a great tournament around, a great basketball season, but just a great career. And nice story on Channel 25 last week, Butch Stearns, and I just wanted to have you up here and say a few words. And again, thanks for all you did for Braintree High and your career, but you also knew Don Fredericks.
I did. So when I got out of college, my dad had been the basketball coach in the 70s. Don Fredericks was his JV coach. And then when I got out of college, I became Don Fredericks' JV coach.
How many years ago?
That was like 1982.
Wow.
And he was head coach for 7 years, so I was his JV coach through that.
Wow.
So that was quite an experience. I learned a ton from him.
Yeah.
Organization. He's the most organized guy I've ever seen.
And he taught at the high school, right?
He was a gym teacher.
He's a gym teacher at the high school, and well, just a great career and a nice tournament in memory of Don Fredericks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Coach Crook. Again, thanks for a great career yourself, and happy retirement.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. All right, we're going to go back to Luke Joyce on the bump. Braintree up 2-0. After 3, top of the 4th, there'll be a ground ball out of play. As thanks to Bob Brooks for arranging that, as he's another BCAM employee. And DJ for WROL Irish 950, the hit parade. As there's a fly ball out of play. As Braintree up 2-0. John Bertone, the second baseman, he walked the last time up. Like I said before, Luke Joyce doesn't waste any time. Very efficient, gets right through things. And again, thanks to Coach Bob Crook for the interview. And as he said, he started with Coach Fredericks in 1982. We were just kids, Bob. Babies. Babies, there you go. As we have John Bertone. Strike 3. Inside ball for a strike.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 20, Danny Leahy.
And that's the 7th strikeout for Luke Joyce, as he's just mowing them down this afternoon. Batting is the pitcher, Danny Leahy, as we have Braintree up 2-0 after 3. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. Leahy struck out the last time up, as Joyce is putting together a good afternoon so far. The sophomore southpaw. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. And after this inning, we'll interview Bob Brooks. He can tell us a little bit about the season, and as he follows his son Peter, a great baseball player. As I mentioned before, he's out for the year, but will be back bigger and stronger next year. As there's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joyce looks in for the sign, turns, delivers. There's a ball outside. 2-2. 1 out here, top of the 4th. From Monin Park in downtown, sunny Dorchester at the moment. As Joyce turns and delivers. Strike 3, right down the middle. That's number 8. The 8th strikeout for Luke Joyce.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 3, Drew Donegan.
As now the first baseman, Donegan, will face Joyce. He struck out the last time against Joyce. As Joyce doesn't waste any time. Looks in, gets the sign, turns, delivers. That's a ball high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Braintree up 2-0. Ooh, that's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Joyce looking to strike out the sides. And there's a swing and a miss outside pitch. Like I said, boy, Joyce just mixes them up so well. He really confuses the batters. Fast, slow. As now the batter will step out. Try to slow down Joyce's rhythm, change his rhythm a little bit. As now we have Donegan back in the box. Joyce delivers. Foul ball. Caught by the net. As we have 1 ball, 2 strikes to Donegan. And now he's going to tie his cleat. As now Drew Donegan, the first baseman, steps back in. Joyce gets the sign, hurls and delivers. Strike 3, swing and a miss as he strikes out the side for his 9th K. As Luke Joyce is just mowing him down. And let's do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the concession stand at the entrance.
So
of the park is
I'm joined by
open
Bob
for food,
Brooks,
drinks,
another
and
BCAM
merch
employee who
available.
does the parade every year, and this is a good team this year, Bob.
It's a great team, Kevin. You know, they right now I think they're around 10-8 right now, which is not quite where they wanted to be. You know, they started the season up pretty strong at 6-1, and I think in the power rankings they were like 3rd in the state, which was great. You know, they just hit a little hiccup there, a couple of injuries and things like that, and a couple of really close games.
Yeah.
But this team is very resilient. There's depth on the team. So we've had some people that had to come in and fill in. People like Max DeRoche, who's out for the season. Pete, who's the shortstop, he's out for the season. But these younger people are coming up, like Benny there at second base has come in, and he's just been like a bright spot in the second half of the season for us. Like resilience, and he plays with with confidence. Same with Mikey Kelly there at short. They're young, but they've come up and they play with resiliency. And we have a lot of players like that on the team that are ready to step up and fill in positions. A lot of these guys sitting on the benches would be starters on other teams.
Yeah.
And what I've found about watching Braintree baseball, public school, but we are right there with all the private schools. We're one of the only public schools that can compete with these Division I private schools. So, we know that as we approach the playoffs now, come into the next week or so, that's when the team knows they got to really turn it on and to get some of our young pitchers to step up.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it goes back to the youth programs. We said it in hockey and in baseball. If you have good youth programs, it's a feeder system, and the kids get good instruction as youth players, and then they move up. And like you said, it's amazing that Braintree could be so competitive, because we're not drawing from all these privates with all these 10, 12 towns. We're just one town, and our kids stay, which is good. And who are the other pitchers for the Womps?
Oh my God, who do you got? You got Max King. You got Max King. Matt Rogers was coming in. Matt Rogers has just been. He is like an unsung hero in this year's team for me. He's a solid third baseman, great at the plate. He can come in and pitch strong innings and throw strikes. So you got Matt Rogers come in. Dan Sheldon's another one that can come in as well. There's some arms that can come in and give you some innings.
Yeah, and I think, as I mentioned last week, Matt's a hockey player, so I got to give my hockey players a
You got to give the
shout-out.
hockey players. That's right.
As we've always said, it's good to build good athletes. If you're an athlete, you can play any sport, and it's just transferable.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. You talk about the depth of the team and of Braintree, and we have great baseball system. And Coach O'Connell, he's been doing this 18, 20 years. Right now, he can tell you who the top kids who are 10, 11, and 12 years old. He communicates he follows them at that level. So, Coach O knows the kids that are coming up to the system. And we look at we lose a lot of our great baseball players to some private schools. BC, there were a couple of Braintree kids on that team today. We lose them to Xaverian. Catholic Central and stuff.
There's a fly ball to right field, a couple of steps back for the out. And Braintree gets the out
now
here.
batting for the Womps, number 22, Matt Rogers.
As that's a fly ball by Connor Grieve. Let me just write that down. F9. But no, like you said, I think it's the youth programs and for the high school coach to be in touch. And what do we got? 3 or 4 state titles, right, for Coach O'Connell?
I believe so. Yeah. And then many Bay State. Last year they won the Bay States, and we made it pretty deep into the tournament. Into the tournament, we were losing 7-0. We gave up 7 runs to Leominster in the first inning, and we lost 7-5.
Oh wow!
And we would have liked that, because if we beat that Leominster game, we would have played BC, but. Wasn't meant to be. It was a fun year last year. It was great.
As now Rogers is up, he's grounded out a couple of times, and Matt Rogers, we were just talking before, they also does some pitching, and the third baseman today.
And a good leader on the team too. Kevin. He really inspires some of the younger players and stuff, and plays with confidence and just all around, just great kid, great ball player.
I think that senior leadership's important too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Including all the kids and setting a good example.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, it's critical, because the younger kids come up and they don't know what to expect, and these older guys take them under their wings and tell them really what Braintree baseball is and what's to be expected.
All right, as now Rogers takes a walk. Good eye up there. Braintree with a man on first.
Now batting for the Womps, number 2, Max King.
As Max King will step into the plate. Yeah. Last time he got a base hit.
And this tournament's a big deal. I was talking to Coach O. There are about 4 or 5 college scouts out there today.
Oh, wow.
Looking at these games, because these 4 teams that are playing have really great records, great success, and great players.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty sought after, right? Mm-hmm. There's a fly ball high in the infield. The shortstop is underneath it. Should be able to make the play, and he does. This is a high fly to the shortstop.
Now batting for the Womps, number 25, Luke Joyce.
Yeah, Max King is another one of those players, a very versatile, great teammate. He plays outfield, stellar, third base, pitches, and good contact. Let's see if this flag is blowing left to right and Lukey gets a hold of one. Just to see what happens to it.
Yeah, Luke, last time up, had a sacrifice fly to drive in the first Braintree run. And there's a ball outside, as we have a new pitcher for Westwood, as I just noticed. Number 11, Gotta get his name, a lefty. Joyce looks for the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Curve ball. One ball, one strike. And I think this is are they going to play the games here tomorrow, Bob? That's I did hear that.
The decision has been made
Not
yet,
yet,
but
yeah.
it looks like that's
Yeah.
the way it's going to be.
There's a ball
Yeah.
low and outside.
Braintree just field has just not handled the
Yeah.
rain well, Kevin, as we all know,
Well,
right?
it's a real field, Bob. Right?
That's right.
Real grass and real dirt. So
That flag is blowing in Jake's direction, so give him a fastball.
as the runner goes, fly ball out of play. I don't know. The third baseman might have a play as he gets under it and makes the out. As Joyce will foul out to the third baseman. As Braintree goes down. Joyce F5. Gonna start the top of the fifth inning. Braintree up 2-0. My thanks to Bob Brooks to give us some good insight on the Braintree team. And as I said before, his son Peter, a really good junior this year, got injured, but had a great year going for him. He'll be back next year. And Bobby again works for WROL and not shy behind the microphone. So thanks, Bob, for your insight and checking in with us as McGowan takes strike one from Luke Joyce again on the mound. I saw him before the game and I said, "You got a rubber arm or what? How's the arm feel?" He said, "Oh, it feels great." So Luke Joyce has got 9 strikeouts today. As we're in the top of the fifth, Braintree up 2-0. As McGowan in the box, the third baseman struck out the last time up. As now Joyce is up, no balls, 2 strikes. Joyce looks in, hurls, fires, curveball in there for a strike. Strikeout number
Now
10.
batting for the Wolverines, number 23, Luke Chandler.
The 10th strikeout for Luke Joyce. As Chandler, who lined out to center the last time up, the DH, the senior DH, is working from the windup is Joyce as he takes strike one on the outside corner. As Joyce is putting together a good pitching performance here. There's a curveball, foul tip into the mitt. No balls, 2 strikes. Braintree up 2-0. Top of the fifth from Monin Park here at BCI. As Joyce turns, fires, delivers. Ball outside and high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As I said before, Joyce is a good hitter. Bob Brooks mentioned there's some college scouts here this tournament. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the
Now batting for the
11th.
Wolverines, number 18,
11th
Max
strikeout.
Bowl.
For Luke Joyce is Max Bowl, the right fielder, batting as he struck out the last time up. As Joyce is really pitching well today. As Max Bowl, the right fielder, steps in. Joyce winds, delivers, swing and a miss. Strike 1. As Joyce just gets the ball and gets ready to fire. The last inning struck out the side and there's a ball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. As Joyce will get the ball and get the sign, turn, delivers. Ooh, just low. Curveball was low. As 2 balls, 1 strike to Max Bowl, the right fielder. As he'll take time out. Step out. I think they kind of doing this to maybe slow down Joyce and get him out of rhythm, but doesn't seem to bother him as now he fires. And there's a line shot into left center. Left fielder going after, right fielder, it's in the gap. As now he picks it up and he's going to get a triple out of that. As Max Bowl lines one to left center, right center, I'm sorry, and out by the 420 mark is now, that was the first hit. The
Now batting
first
for the
hit
Wolverines, number 5,
for
Charlie Martin.
for Westwood. As through 5, he had a no-hitter. As now the second baseman, Charlie Martin, who struck out the last time up. As Joyce has to try to buckle down here and get this run out. There's a curveball in there for a strike. 1 ball, no strikes. Man on third for Westwood. As Joyce checks the runner, gets the sign, turns, delivers. Ball high for fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Joyce looks in, gets the sign. There's a ball outside. As Joyce again just gets the ball, gets the sign, and very efficient. Turns and fires. There's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Martin. This is a key pitch right here. As Joyce will try to end the inning, end the threat. There's a foul ball out of play. Right side. As Joyce will get the ball and check the third base runner. As he gets a sign, turns, fires, and there's a line shot out of play down the left field line by Martin. He was all over that curveball. As now the senior second baseman gets ready. Joyce with the delivery. Swing, foul ball. Stenman just couldn't hold on to it as went off his glove. So Martin has some life. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th, Braintree up 2-0. Men on third. Joyce delivers. Ooh, high for a ball. Oh, they check, see if he checked his swing, and he did. As now Martin, full count. Joyce from the windup, fires. Strike 3 called on the inside corner as Joyce strikes out to end the threat and leave the man on third with his 12th strikeout. Luke Joyce just pitching a gem. Okay.
Leading off for the Womps, number 14, Ryan Zolano.
All right, the DH, Ryan Delano, who lined out to the second baseman on a great play the last time up. As nice work by Luke Joyce to leave the man stranded on third and keep the Womps ahead 2-0. There's now strike right down the middle. The pitcher for Westwood is Chase Longo, the senior. As now Zelno steps in, down, no balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th, Braintree up 2-0. Longo looks, fires. There's a foul ball out of play over by the parking garage. As now we're bottom of the 5th inning. His batting is Ryan Zelano, the junior DH. As he's down on the count. Have to protect that plate. Calls for timeout. Steps back in. Zelano at the plate. Chase fires. Ground ball, third base. That'll be out of play. Foul territory. As third baseman McGowan gets it back. As now Longo looking in. No balls, 2 strikes. None out here in the top of the 5th inning from Monin Park. His turn. That's a swing and a miss. High ball outside, but
Now batting for the Womps, number 20, Ben Fan.
bit for it. Fan scored a run the last time as he walked and scored Braintree's 2nd run. As now he steps up to the plate. As Bob Brooks said, the freshman second baseman is really poised as he looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Longo looks in for the sign. He sets. and delivers. And there's a foul tip. Foul back behind the plate. As Fan down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here. Top of the 5th. Braintree up 2-0. As now Longo looks in. Gets the sign, sets, and delivers. And ball outside. Fan didn't bite for it. Good eye up there. As now Longo looks in for the sign, sets, and delivers. Ball outside, just missed. Tried to come in with the curveball, just didn't quite get the corner. As the count is even at 2-2. 1 out, top of the 5th. As Longo gets the sign, sets, and delivers. There's a fly ball left field. Left fielder coming in for it. Should have it, and he makes the play. As the
Now batting for
left
Womps,
fielder
number 9,
Brady
Sean
Dumas.
Canavan.
And that'll be a F7 for Fan. And now we're back at the top of the order. Sean Canavan, who got a base hit last time and flied out the time before that. So the first baseman up for the 3rd time. As he's 1 for 2. Takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Curveball. No balls, 1 strike. Longo looks in, gets the sign, turns and delivers. Ball, that's a ball inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. As Braintree just has a couple of hits, but a couple of runs to make him count. As now the pitcher Longo gets the sign, sets and delivers. Ooh, that's a strike. Got the inside corner. And there's 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Longo gets the sign, sets, and delivers. There's a line shot into left field. Left fielder going back and makes the play. As Canavan got a hold of it, but left fielder had to go a couple of steps back and makes the play. So after 5 innings, Braintree up 2-0. All right, so we're back for the start of the top of the 6th inning. Luke Joyce is still out
Leading
there.
off for the Wolverines, number 2, Chase Warren.
As I said to him before the game, he's got a rubber arm. As he's putting together a good 1-hit shutout so far. As leading off is Chase Warren, the freshman center fielder, is the left-hander against left-hander. Left-handed batter takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. He flied out the last time to right field. And he'll swing and a miss as Joyce fooled him with the curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 6th inning. Braintree up 2-0. There's a curveball in there for a strike. As wow, Joyce, like I said, he just mixes them up so well. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seems like he's been ahead in the count all afternoon. And now he fires a fastball just outside. As we have the count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Warren, the center field freshman. As there's a fly ball in the infield. That should be taken care of by Zeleno, and it is. It says high fly pop
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 9, Brendan Sendrick.
to the shortstop. Is now batting is Brendan Sendrick, who struck out and grounded out so far this afternoon. As there's 1 out in the top of the 6th. Joyce sets, delivers. Strike right down the middle for a fastball. I don't think they're questioning that as might have been a little low, but it must have somewhere to go. Ground ball, the shortstop Zeleno with the he just that first, I don't know, that might have been a hit. He took him off the line. That was close. It was a slow
Now batting for the
ground ball.
Wolverines, number 4, John Bertone.
As Sendrick will give him a base hit on that, I think. Would have been a close play, tough play, even if it was on there. So now Bertone, who struck out and walked previously, as there's one out here in the top of the 6th. Luke checks the runner at first base by Joyce. Bertone steps in. One out, man on first. As I think these batters are just trying to slow down Joyce's rhythm, stepping in, stepping out. But he doesn't see the ball, and ground ball third base. Oh, that gets through. That'll be a base hit into left field. As Westwood had the hit and run on. And
Now batting for the Wolverines, number 20, Danny
shortstop
Leahy.
went to cover, and now we have 2 men. 2 men on, 1 out here. Top of the 6th. Westwood with a couple of runners on, couple of hits in a row. As now Leahy is standing in, the pitcher. There's a strike in there, curveball for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Joyce gets the sign. And check the runner at second. Turns and fires. Runner goes to third, double steal. And they're in there. As the double steal works. As runner on second got a running start. Surprised he didn't just step off and make him go back. So 2 men on, second and third. Joyce on the mound. And there's a strike. Looked to be outside a little bit, but we'll take it. As Joyce gets his
Now batting
13th
for the Wolverines,
strikeout.
number 3, Drew Donegan.
There's now Donegan, who struck out twice today, facing Joyce with men on second and third. As Joyce working from the windup, sets and delivers ball outside. Curve ball. 1 ball, no strikes. As Donegan already with 2 Ks here. And there's a swing and a miss, strike inside. As Joyce gets him with the fastball. As Joyce will get the sign. Wind up, still in home. And he's out at home. As they tried to steal and got him out. Wow. Westwood just trying to do something to mix it up, and the third baseman was out stealing. Wow. That'll be 1-2. Wow, it looked like the ball was there, but so Donegan will start off the 7th inning, but wow, what a threat by Westwood, but they come up empty. Gonna go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Braintree up 2-0. Starting off, Owen Donnelly, the right fielder, senior. Boy, an exciting end of the top of the 6th as Westwood tried to steal home. And he was out. As that'll go 1-2. I think the Westwood coach was just trying to do something to mix it up a little bit, but they had a chance with a man on, 2 men in scoring positions. As we're going to have 1 ball, no strikes. That was high and inside. As we're here now at the bottom of the 6th. Donnelly at the plate. And he swings, foul tip. Foul at home. Owen Donnelly, the senior right fielder. He grounded out twice this afternoon already. Up for his 3rd time. And he stands in, and there's a curveball. Oh, that was a strike. It got the outside corner. Pretty generous strike zone for the umpire. As now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th from Monin Park. As now turns and delivers. Ground ball. Be a tough play. The pitcher will make the play and throws it to first. Nice work by the pitcher. Get off the mound.
Now batting
Donnelly
for the
will
Womps,
be
number
out.
16, Michael Ryan.
Out 1-3. As now Ryan, who's flied out and grounded out this afternoon. He's up for the 3rd time. The sophomore shortstop for the Womps. As Longo looks in, gets the sign, delivers. That's a ball low. Right down the middle, but it was low. As Longo looks and gets the sign, Ryan, that'll be a ball outside. Michael Ryan, the sophomore shortstop. As now Ryan up in the count. There's a fly ball right field. Right fielder running over, should make the play, and he does. It's a fly ball to right.
Now batting for the Womps,
As we
number 8,
have-
Connor Grieve.
We have 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, bottom of the 6th, I'm sorry. And Connor Grieve, he was hit by a pitch and he flied out to right field last time up. As he steps in against Longo. He gets the sign, sets, and delivers. There's a ball low. As I said before, these pitchers are pretty efficient. They get the pitch and get the ball and fire right back. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop coming in, bobbles it, makes the play though, and it's just off the mound. Oh, throws in. Nice work by the shortstop as it was, he bobbled it, but the throw threw the first baseman off the bag, but he tagged him on the shoulder. Okay, Donegan batting as he struck out twice. As we start the bottom of the 7th, Luke Joyce's ball game. As he comes back out on the bump, as he's got a 2-hit shutout so far. And there's a fly ball out of play for strike 1. As Joyce, very efficient afternoon of pitching. As Donegan will step in and looks, and there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit as Donegan starts off the 7th inning with a hit. There's a ground ball right up the middle. There's now
Now batting for the
McGowan.
Wolverines, number 12, Teddy McGowan.
McGowan's up, and he struck out twice already today, so looking to try to get something going here in the top of the 7th. Joyce looks, delivers, swing and a miss, strike 1. As Joyce will get the runner back, check, make sure he stays close. As no balls, 1 strike. And the runner's going, but foul ball as Westwood trying to get something going here, top of the 7th. As he was on. No balls, 2 strikes. Men on first. I suspect that Joyce will want to keep him close. As Joyce will get the runner back. As Joyce will again go and check the runner, make sure he stays close. I want to keep that runner out of scoring position. As there's no balls, 2 strikes. And runner goes, shot down the left field line, and it's foul. As the runner was off on the pitch. As you know, Westwood's trying to get something going here. As now Joyce will get the sign, look and make sure the runner's close. When it doesn't go, swing and a miss. There's a fastball by McGowan.
Now batting for the Wolverines, number
For the
23, Luke
13th
Chandler.
strikeout. Wow. 13 Ks. Luke Joyce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sorry, that's 14 strikeouts for Joyce. Luke Joyce with 14 Ks. Is now the batter is Chandler, and he struck out and lined out to center. There's a foul ball out of play as the runner was going again on the pitch. As again, Westwood just trying to get something going here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Ks. One out here, top of the 7th. Man on first. Chandler ready at the plate. Joyce checks the runner. Again, trying to make sure he doesn't get too much of a lead. Joyce will juggle the ball a little bit, and now turns and fires. There's a fly ball. Should be a play for the shortstop as he's under it. And it's, oh, nice play as the wind took it. And now he tries to get it back to first, and runner gets back. That was a little scary there, but nice
Now
work by the
batting for
shortstop
Wolverines, number 18, Max Bowl.
to get under it on a high pop in the infield. 2 outs, top of the 7th. As Westwood down to the last out as Max Bowl, the right fielder. As Joyce will look, get the sign. And he fires, fly ball down out of play down the right field line. Seems like Joyce has been ahead in the count all afternoon, which is really good for the pitcher, obviously. As Bowl got a triple last time up and struck out as he's up his 3rd time. Joyce checks the runner, gets it. Runner's picked off, gets to second base though, as couldn't quite get it out of his glove. As that'll go down as a stolen base. As now man on second with 2 outs. Max Bowl, the right fielder. Joyce looking in for the sign. Gets the sign. Turns and delivers. Strike, swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. As Joyce will step off the mound, get a breather, get set, look in for the sign, takes the sign, checks the runner, turns and fires. The runner going down to 3rd, and he gets there. Stolen base. Again for Donegan, as he's now on 3rd with 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Joyce just has to concentrate on getting the batter. As he'll work from the windup. As now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Batter steps out. Matt Bower just trying to slow down Joyce, and now he fires. Ball low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man on 3rd. Braintree up 2-0. Top of the 7th from Monin Park. Joyce delivers. Strike 3 called. Braintree wins it. 15 strikeouts for Luke Joyce. As Braintree wins. Boy, what a nice curveball to hit the outside corner. And a great afternoon of pitching by Luke Joyce as Braintree wins 2-0.
Final score, Braintree 2, Westwood 0.
Luke Joyce with a gem. Wow, nice work by Luke. As Braintree will play in the championship game tomorrow afternoon. To be determined. We're not sure if we're going to play in Braintree or if we're not going to be here And that'll be at 1:30 tomorrow, the Womps. Not sure if we're going to be able to televise it. It depends. But Braintree with the win, 2-0 over the Westwood Wolverines. As I said, a great pitching performance by Luke Joyce with 15 strikeouts. And he himself drove in a run for a sacrifice fly to help his own cause. As now we're going to call it an afternoon. My thanks to Coach Sean Casey and for getting the lineup. Nice work, Coach O'Connell. And again, thanks for Bob Brooks, and also thank you to Coach Bob Crook. Nice interview with him, and as I said, his son's a baseball player and a good basketball player. And my thanks to Dave Maybrook, the cameraman here today, and also to Wes Ray and Jerry Comic back at the studio. And again, final score from Monin Park here in Dorchester: Braintree 2, Westwood 0. Braintree will play tomorrow in the championship game against Boston College High School. And until next time, we'll see you. Have a great day. Thank you.